3v3 faction war. This is Arena of Ashes and Space Marines versus Orks, game 3. First up for the Space Marine team is Ace of Swords. Plays a Techmarine, starts out range combat with this bolter of his, does some good DPS, can also build structures and repair and support and take down vehicles. Alongside, Toilailee is a Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, has a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. This is Blood Ravens. And rounded out the blue Space Marine team is Adila. Plays a Force Commander, very versatile with some great offense, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs, fights in melee combat. Red team for the Orks, we have Noisy, is a sneaky Kommando knob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with that twin link shooter, and there he is, infiltrating. Alongside, Rags is a Warboss, melee commander that walks through cover, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. The Force Commander just about getting away there and can be incredibly tough late game, this guy. And rounding out the Orky red team is Tyger as a mech boy, teleporting commander that fights range combat, some good DPS, can also build structures and repair, supports and disrupts. So Orks making a big early push, sweeping around the bottom where that contested victory point is and going after the central power. 498, 475. This is of course a retheme of Typhon Arena, which is a pretty awesome 3v3 map. I think you can get some annoying turret play at the bottom, but there are ways to flank and deal with it, or at least there should be. 481, 475. One generator is going to go down for sure. Down it goes. What's going on top though? Commander knob getting away, harassing these poor Space Marines. Here come sluggers and double shooters are already there, trading shots, but these Techmarine and those Tactical Marines are behind heavy cover there. 453, 475. Sluggers running in. There's their passive melee charge using War as well, and they've caught the Tactical Marines here. And those attacks get suppressed by aiming. What's that? And that is painful. And they lose a model just retreating at the wrong time there. Shotgun scouts moving in, and there's a shotgun blast. 427, 475. Noisy now needs to retreat his guys. There we go. Orcs still dominating the bottom. They are, spoiler alert, 2-0 down in this series. Are we going to get the, is it the second ever 3-0? I think Imperial Guard beat Chaos 3-0. So the Orcs better get chopping. 401, 475. Force Commander chasing off shooter boys, taking out models left and right with that chainsaw of his, and a War Banner goes up. These big boulders that you see are shock blockers, so it's in a bit of an awkward place for the Space Marines to shoot down unless they stand on the platform. 373, 475 I should say, and a triple cap for the Orcs, a strong opening for them. They have both the naturals thanks to Noisy. He's in full retreat now though, and that is a very long retreat from your opponent's natural back to your base. 348, 475, still that triple. And that War Banner is still up, giving a passive damage buff to these Orcs. I think it does some other stuff as well. And there's another War Banner and a Orc turret from the mech boy. It's a pretty awful turret, to be honest. And it's going to go down immediately to those Tactical Marines with the Flamer. Or is it? Warboss now trying to tie them up, but turns away. Now ties them up, but they do get another spurt, and the turret lives for now. No, it doesn't, go down. 316, 475. You can scuttle the turret, which he might have done there just in time, I'm not sure. 312, 475. Warboss runs away. The turret only has one gun on it, unlike the Tarantula and Heavy Bolter turrets for the Techmarine and the Plague Champions. It doesn't do a lot of damage and suppresses, seems to suppress quite slowly. 310, 475, down goes that mech boy. This War Banner is going to get burnt down by this Flamer, which has already paid for itself. Is it? There we go. This one is still here though. 310, 468, were the Orcs a bit over eager there. Space Marines have pushed back and seem to have a pretty good foothold here. Assault Marines jumping in. A lot of stuff coming in here. There's the suppression from these other shooters, and they do run away. And a Pain Boy is here. This is from Rags. Tyger with double shooters. We have Noisy with double sluggers, double shooters, and looters. And he's going after these gens. Wow, just killed a bunch of Marines. That was a Devastator squad from Ace. I say was because that is gone. 310, 426. Painful. And Ace just replaces them. How did he lose them? Maybe it was a sneaky stick bomb, a stun bomb? No, he's all the way over here. Just got shot down, I suppose. 310, 417. Here we see the big boss pole buff. Those orange circles, those particle effects. 310, 405. And power harass from the Orks, looking a lot better in this game so far. Scouts being annoying and decapping their natural though, so at the moment it's a single cap for the Space Marines. Can they push back? They are very much a snowball faction, starting off slowly but surely and getting to be this juggernaut late game that you just can't deal with sometimes. 310, 396. Assault Marines jumping in. There's a Painboy heal, or was that a battery pack heal? No, doesn't have the battery pack. He does have proximity mines on the way. Don't see these mines all that often, but they can be very, very annoying versus vehicles because that snare lasts for ages. And look at this, another Mechboy turret is up. That was a purification vials, I think, thrown by the Apothecary. He's gone down, but yes, he does have the purification vials. You can tell by the grenade icon there. 293, 396. On cap for red. Orks doing much better, keeping the pressure up. Orks are always better when they're aggressive. Forcing off the Space Marines again. Can they swing through and hit this? 292, 396. Meanwhile, top. Ace repurchasing his Techmarine, it looks like. We have two Pain Boys, Noisy with a pretty expensive tier 1. Had double sluggers at one point but lost one of the squads. Has looters and a Pain Boy. And these Tactical Marines in trouble. Long retreat back, but it looks like they are going to get away with all of their models intact. Devastator's covering their retreat path there. No, he's moving them. Now he's going to get flanked around. No. Painboy did not go around the firing up. The looters suppressing the Devastators there. Now the looters are suppressed. 284, 396. Techmarine forcing melee combat just to try and stop these shooters getting all that DPS in. Nice grenade. Going to take out one of the models at least. There we go. 278, 396, and the looters are wiped out. Big mistake there from Noisy. Another grenade thrown, but it wasn't actually needed in the end. Here comes Toilailee with double. 272, 396. Painboy heal, but now needs to run away. Needs to run away. To heal over time from the Painboy. 266, 396, and now we're going to see a power harass and a power defend. This is Tyger trying to defend with double shooters and the mech boys in there too. Dodges the purification vials. 258, 396. Weird way on the way for Rags. Toilailee and Adila still in tier 1. Flaming down these generators though is Toilailee. He has double assault marines and some devastators. You've seen some very odd builds from Toilailee in this series. There's a big stomp from the Warboss. Fully kitted out, has the enhanced custom shooter. Look at this. Boss pole and cyborg implants. 243, 396. There is defend yet again from Adila, getting this storm chain sword and storm shield, say it right, in all 3 games. 243, 396. Big engagement, and Orks losing their power there, but did they inflict enough losses for that to be a bad push? I think they did, because one assault squad has disappeared and the other one is down a model. So that's some heavy losses there. 243, 384. Weird Boy is now up with all of his annoying ways. Ork turret getting a Daka going. And some proximity mines, as you can see here, thrown around by the mech. And a melee Techmarine is up. Axe for the Mechanicum and Bionics. Devastators for Toilailee getting caught by Daka. 243, 370. Death Dread on the way for Tyger, who only has shooters and sluggers at the moment. He's capping the power though there. Devastator's suppressing these Orks. Here's the weird boy though. His basic attack is a pain in the arse for setup teams. But this stuff is shot blocking, so 243, 265. And here's that Death Dread. This is Noisy's way out of position here. Gonna use those burners on the front from burners and bits to take down those generators very, very quickly. Needs to be careful though. This Devastator squad is getting a las cannon, and that's the good thing about Devastators compared to Havocs. They're not floating in the air, telegraphing what upgrade you're getting. Instantly the las cannon appears and instantly it starts taking shots at the Death Dread, and he might take this thing down here. Looks like he's using those line of sight blockers to get away and charges out and does okay. 223, 365. Force Commander's level 3, Techmarine halfway through level 2 and in retreat. Apothecary in there mixing it up in melee combat and doesn't really have the war gear to do so, apart from trying to get a good throw with these vials, which I don't think have really paid off so far. 210, 365. Plasma Devastators up now for Toilailee. Artillery piece. Charging up their shot. There we go. And ouch. Point blank hit on those sluggers. Good grief. Almost wiped the squad out. Only the Knob Leader gets away. We have missile tactical marines from Toilailee to shoot down the Death Dreads. This is Noisy's one, still stomping around. Tyger's also with burners and bits. I think they're around 60 DPS or so, maybe 70 DPS heavy melee, with a good splash and a very powerful special attack as well. 187, 365. Force Commander now has a power fist, and that is a very, very hard anti-vehicle war gear with flesh over steel, as well as the 85 DPS heavy melee it gives. Pain Boy does have his stronger kit source, taking him up to more health, plus 100, there he is. 172, 365. Assault Marines jumping in. That big boss pole buff still making its presence known. Level 4 Warboss. I think it's 20% more health and 25% suppression resistance, I believe. So it's a pretty freaking good buff. Death Dread in amongst tactical marines. These are in fact Stone Guard veterans with vengeance rounds loaded in. Techmarine going after it with that axe. And looks like this dreadnought, this Death Dread I should say, is done for. Stone Guard using the Racerback 4. Didn't even need to get the Stone Guard back out. The axe took it down. Here's a war truck. Kommando barrels into it and it backs away. He's got this contested power completely genned up, and the Orks have stolen it and they put a power node on it. Blue team just having a big issues pushing back at this contested VP, which is a maelstrom of combat right at the moment. That Ork turret is doing quite well. I was saying bad things about it. 130, 365. Las cannon getting a hit there on the Death Dread, but is knocked back by the weird boy. Warboss in no man's land, but he's level 4, has over 1300 hit points, but might need to run away soon. Shotgun's doing a number on him. Weird boy disrupts him, and there's the big stomp. I think he was waiting to use that. 115, 365. 2-ton cap, and Space Marines just cannot push through the bottom. 109, 365. Stone Guard veterans getting back into the Razorback just in time, being chased down there by Slugger Boys. Pain Boy in amongst scouts. He's still level 1 though. Rags still has a level 1 Pain Boy as well, not leveling up these guys in this game. Look at the map though, almost completely red. The Space Marine players only have this natural power, 2 natural wreck, well, a contested wreck, a natural wreck, and their VP. That's it. Everything else is Orky. Even this natural power is Orky. Huge amounts of pressure. I don't see a way back for the Space Marine players. 86, 365. Down went the war truck though, and Noisy's taking some losses here. Is this a way back into the game? Stick bombs. Ouch, that's going to give that las cannon, yes. painful. That is what stick bombs can do. Devastators are there. Tier 3 for all of the Orc players and Tier 3 for Adila also. They are now taking back that natural power. Toilailee asking for a beacon. 70-365. There's defend from that chainsword and storm shield. There's a war vomit though, completely screwing up any kind of play Adila was planning there. And Slugger's running in, taking some friendly fire from the weird boy, which he often does. 67-365, and the Space Marines are perhaps quite rightly doubling top quite hard now. Rags needs to notice this and go and help. Doesn't look like he has yet. You have bottom sewed up. You need to go top and help out Noisy, who's now facing two players with just Sluggers and a Pain Boy on the field. Kommando Knob himself has the better combat kit. Tactical Marines with the missile launcher and Sergeant are going to take this heavy cover here. We have Assault Marines, Devastators, some Stern Guard veterans, and that Apothecary is now fully kitted out. Combat Stims and the Master Crafted Bolter. A very, very nice grenade. That was the Purification Valves, but a Rocks is dropped, and that is devastating stuff. What is he going to do now? That just wipes almost an entire army. Just a crazy, crazy nuke. And he's going to lose these guys as well. Toilailee just lost his entire army. An awesome flank. I'm not sure who dropped that Rocks. It must have been Noisy. Such a powerful nuke. Knocking stuff down in retreat. How is that fair when the Imperial Abyss can't even drag back one single model with its chains when they're in retreat? 67-316. The Rocks knocks down entire armies in retreat. Razorback running away. Power Claw Warboss level 6 looking very mean. Stick Bombers still level 1. They've done well though. I think those are the guys that whacked those Devastators. 67-300. A double cap for the Space Marines. Not sure how they've managed that. Now it's a single, but they are taking the contested. Knob Squad on the field though. A nice grenade from the scouts. Now they need to run away though. Been very brave, but now run. Sluggers chasing stuff down. Orks should be able to retake this contested. That turret is still there. 67-277. A beacon is up for Ace. I'm sure Toilailee would have liked that to be there earlier, so you could have retreated back to it. 67-274. Knob Squad now on the way for Noisy. Toilailee going for a Dreadnought, but it's going to be a big ask for the Space Marines to come back. Adila has some Assault Terminators on the field, but they get Warp Vomited. That is... what can you do as Terminators against that? You're screwed. Look how long that stun is. Terminators cannot teleport when they're stunned. They obviously can't retreat. It's such a strong counter for Terminators. Just need some good DPS around, which Orks certainly don't lack. 61-274. Techmarine finishing the cap with his refractor field up, and it's a 2-1 for the Space Marines. I hear another Rocks, and it's here. What did he do with it? Killed a whole bunch of stuff, I think. Ace has lost his entire army out. 61-266. Rocks just absolutely decimating the Space Marines. Here come Sluggers with Swampum, and the Orks, I think, are going to make this a 2-1 series and not going to be beaten down 3-0. Knob Squad moving in. Dreadnought is up for Toilailee, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Ace only has scouts, and there is the concede from the Space Marines. Orks coming back strong. A very strong early game at the bottom, and had this power for quite a long time, and blue team just couldn't come back. Had some good plays, but Orks were just too strong. Still got the Commanders. Level 3 Techmarine fully kitted out for melee with Refractor, Bionics, Axe. Toilailee with level 3 Apothecary. Didn't really pay off, I don't think, these Purification Vials. Combat Stims and the Master Crafted Bolter. Force Commando with just the Power Fist, level 4 though. Level 5 Kommando fully kitted out, Rocket Launcher, better combat kits and Stick Bombs. Level 6 Warboss, who was pretty nasty. and a level 2 mech, battery pack and proximity mines. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. A 2-1 series victory for the Space Marines, and I will see you next time.